Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to Karen's Kitchen. Today, I am going to make my baked beans, and I thought I would share with you how I do it. I love baked beans. I'm a little bit picky about my baked beans. I like them cooked so that they're thick and not runny. But of course, you won't see that as part of this demo, but because they have to bake after I do it. But anyway, this is how I do it, and I would love to hear your take if you do anything different. So what I'm going to do first is I am going to take my baked beans, and I'm not real picky about brand. I'm actually using original and maple bacon. I'm going to mix them, but I'm going to use our round stone baker, which I absolutely love for so many things, but it's great for making baked beans. Now I'm going to take my can opener. I'm going to open up my can, and if you're not familiar with our can opener, it's fabulous. It's great because it is a smooth edge can opener, and there is no sharp lid nor sharp can. So I just put it on, twist, act like I know what I'm doing, and actually this came up by itself, but normally you would have to pinch the lid off with your little button, and there's little pliers at the end, if you can see that up there. I put it by the white background. All right, so I'm going to take my beans. Now, what you can do, again, I like my beans on the thick side. I'm going to grab a bowl here and just take off some of the liquid. I'm going to take my beans and just kind of stick them in my pan here, and scrape out any that's left. And I'm going to do the same thing with this can. And again, just put your can opener on top of your can, twist, and you're going to feel it meet. Just act like you know what you're doing, and you must be one with your can and feel when it meets on the other side. So here we go. I just felt that. I'm going to twist it backwards, and again, this is coming right off, but I would just twist or just use my little pliers here to pull off the top. Again, it's not sharp here, nor is it sharp on the bottom of the can. Again, I'm going to just take off the excess liquid, and I am going to, oopsie, drop my whole can right in the pan. And there we go. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take an onion. We're going to take off the skin, and it's about a medium-sized onion, not too big, not too small, and take off the outside layer. Don't be shy about taking off that outside layer. You don't want the tough skin in your food. And a little garbage there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my onion, and I'm just going to chunk it into 6 pieces, and I'm going to make, for the purpose of demonstration here, I'm going to make three piles. And I'm going to take my food chopper, and I am going to just use the top of the chopper. You can also chop in your cutting in your little dish, but I don't need to today. And what happens is I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 5 chops, 10 chops, and 15 chops. So what happens is I have complete control over my chopped product. Now, so depending on what you're cooking, and again, I want these to be just a little bit finer. And I'm going to take that, just take out my rest of my onion. I'm using my flexible cutting board here, and just add that to my baked beans. All right, so here we go. Now we're going to take that, right, by the way, the food chopper comes apart to clean. Top rack dishwasher safe. Notice it's like having 6 knives at one time, and very, very popular. This was the item that I wanted for free when I first started my Pampered Chef business. I could have bought it, but I thought I'm going to earn it for free, and it's always been a top seller. Now I am just starting to cry because of this onion. So I have another flexible cutting board. I can just move it out of my way. All right, now this is where, there's one more thing here I need to chop up, and of course that is bacon. And I'm going to use our bag slicer here. There are 2 parts to this. One side has a blade, the other side has a clip. And really what this is designed for is for like your chips You have to be straight. Just it's hard for you to be straight. If you're, you want to fold over your. I'll use my brown sugar here. If you want to just fold this over and clip it, you can. So you slice it and then clip it. But for the bacon, of course, I am not going to clip. And I am going to use about half of my pound of bacon here. And so I'm going to take this and I'm going to slice it in half. I'll put that aside. And I'm going to take about, let me see, I think I'm going to take 6 slices. And I'm going to chop them kind of big, okay, maybe into thirds there. Now I'm going to take this bacon and I'm just going to kind of dice it up a little bit. I'm not real fussy with it. I do like to use raw bacon because I just like that little bit of fat flavor in my baked beans. And I'm using our 5-inch Santoku knife, which is, I actually have 4 of them. It seems like actually, I'm telling you I have 4 and you're thinking, oh, that's really excessive. But there are 3 that I just washed, so I'm always going through them. So I'm just going to chop this up and I'm going to stick that into my beans. And a little bit more there. There we go. I want it all in there. All right, I'm going to wipe off my hands. Now, I need about, I'm going to say, a half of a cup of brown sugar. So, I'm going to grab one of my measuring spoons here. And I like this because I can just take my little measuring cup, put it in there, just measure right out and it's done. And then I use my Twix-It clip, and even here in Florida, the Twix-It clip keeps my brown sugar nice and soft. Now, because that's a lot of brown sugar for a girl to go through, okay? All right, so now, I'm gonna wipe that off a little bit. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna measure very carefully, as you'll see. I'm using molasses, and I'm going to use about 1/4 of a cup. I like my beans sweet. I don't want them, of course, too sweet. And then I'm going to take some mustard and drizzle in some of that. Oopsie. And just maybe a tablespoon or 2. Making a mustard mess. And I just realized I didn't open up my new thing of ketchup. This is, I'm fussy about ketchup. I usually just buy natural Heinz. But when I'm using a recipe that it doesn't require, a fancy brand, then I will buy an off-brand. And I'm using, maybe about a half a cup of that. So I'm going to take just stir this up with my classic scraper here. And these are going to bake in a 350-degree oven for probably an hour because, like I say, I do like them thick. And you could put this in the microwave too. They do cook pretty well in the microwave. I do prefer to bake them, but there we go. Give this a good stir. My bacon and my onion are all in there, and there's our baked beans. Now to finish it off before I put it in the oven, I'm just going to take those pieces of bacon and just kind of put all over the top because everybody likes to have their own piece of bacon. So I would love to hear below if you have any differences that you do with your baked beans. I'm actually making this for a family who needs some meals, and we are taking over a little meal to them. My friend is making pulled pork. I'm doing baked beans and triple layer brownies. And so this will be a nice dinner for them. I hope that they like baked beans the way I like them. And I will actually make them and have them even as leftovers, which are really, really great. So I really appreciate your joining me here in Karen's kitchen today. Comment below if I can do anything for you. If you need a shopping link, I'm always here to help you with Pampered Chef items. Have a great day.